Okay, I guess I'm live. I guess that's a good idea. Hey, I'm Bob, and this is Sweezy's World. Short and to the point. I'm glad to see Brother Keith out here. You might be the only one showing up. That's all right. Globalization, and a little talk on some of this UFO technology stuff. First off, globalization. Personally, I think it was a bad idea. We went and started this in the 50s, in my opinion, and it's kind of progressed. And of course, people got really cool with getting products made in Japan and Taiwan and China, and they were cheap, And of course, they were cheaply made too, but they were cheap. Ones in Japan, maybe not so much, but we lost the edge. We lost manufacturing, essentially. You hardly can buy anything whatsoever made in America that's worth anything, or you can possibly afford it. That needs to change. We need to start being able to manufacture our own clothes, our own TVs. I mean, back in the day, man, we had Zenith, Motorola, RCA, Magnavox, and all that stuff made here in America. Lasted forever. Couldn't go wrong. And we lost that. And we need to get back to that, because buying stuff in China, what happens when we go to war with China next week? Cancel out your TVs. Shipping lanes all be messed up. Japan won't be able to ship anything. No more TVs, no more stereos, no more coffee pots, no more nothing. Everything we have is pretty much not manufactured here in America. And that needs to change big time. Unbelievable. To me, it's just kind of unbelievable. We need to get back to good old made in the US of A. I mean, how hard is that? Why would that be hard for somebody to comprehend? So many people out there, they want all this heavy globalization. And I say, no, man. See you, baby. No. We need, and I've said it before and I'll say it again 100,000 million times, we need to get back to making our own shoes. We need to make our own jeans, our own blouses, shirts. We need to get this. What I'm wearing, Yellowstone, China. Go figure. Yellowstone, TV show here in America. I don't know. Everything we get, it's all imported. We used to be a super powerhouse in manufacturing, steel, building cars. Half the cars here made in America are from Japan. Nothing wrong with Japanese cars. Trust me, I'm driving one. But it cracks me up. Why not turn around and start building them here? Bring back U.S. steel to its full capacity. Make the freaking cars here. Build them with here. Use good old hand of America. It boggles my mind. I guess I've been around too long. I guess everybody kind of there. I mean, we went through that period of time where everybody loved, and I'm one, cheap stuff, But it's not being made in America, and it needs to be made in America. It just does. That's my thought on that. It's my opinion. Like I said, pens that I use. Taiwan. Taiwan, these glasses made in China. They're just sunglasses. They look cool. They're John Lennon style glasses made in China. John Lennon. I don't know. You get my drift. It's just crazy. Yeah. It's too much overseas. We got too, how's the word, comfortable in buying inexpensive products that are throwaway. I just got a refrigerator. Off topic, I know. Because the old refrigerator was only 5 years old. Called the manufacturer. They don't work on them. Try to get somebody to come out here and fix it. They don't work on them. They're disposable. Why? Because they're from China. And this is what they all say. So we had to go buy another one. Just saying. If it was built here in America, I could have ran that thing for 10, 20 years, probably. Paid more for it, but hey, buy it once, don't worry about it. Just my thoughts. It's just my thoughts. I hope both you guys are doing okay. Kind of wish we had a whole 100 people out here. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Dad just ain't me, I guess. So it's cool. But not to drag any of this out, my little thoughts on UFOs. I think, is there life elsewhere? Yes. It'd be silly enough to have a universe this big and not have intelligent life somewhere else. Now, just my thought. The UFO technology that we see flying around in the skies were 99% built here in America, using technology that was probably here 100,000 years ago by someone up there. and we have gathered this material. We've been molding it and using it, shaping it, and doing all kinds of stuff to build these triangles that people see in the sky. These triangles we see in the sky are from here. A lot of them call it TR3B. Now, we're beyond the TR3B. Trust me, we've gone beyond, way beyond that. But some people still suck, and I read it out there. No, that's that TR3B. It was a TR3B back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Yeah, just saying. But I think the technology and the stealth, fiber optics, people can say, oh, no, we were smart enough to get fiber optics. From where? We went from copper wires to fiber optics in almost overnight as far as time, That just doesn't happen yeah, we're smart. People are smart. We got some smart people here. But to go from a Model T to a 1925 or to a 2025 Corvette in what, 5 years, 10 years? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure, and have it on a little bit of minor authority, seeing something back on Fort Hood out at North Fork, many back in days in the 70s. There was something out there that we couldn't explain. We weren't allowed to really see because we were met up with several MPs, and I know, wearing them little white little hats and coming out there and telling me and my driver, get the frack out of there because we weren't supposed to be where we're supposed to be. So we said, hey, no problem, we're out of here, we're gone. As we're looking over our shoulders and looking back, we see sort of a diamond, black diamond, could have been the top of a stealth. I don't know, but it kind of looked like that. Not saying that's what it was, but it could have been that. Just saying, this technology that we're using came from a long time ago. Now, are we still being visited? Is it possible? Sure it is. Why would they care what's going on here now? I don't know. We're a warring planet. Listen, you guys know. Turn on TV. Look on the internet. Go to YouTube. We're a warring planet. I mean, every creator out there has got doomsday tomorrow, 5 at 11. I'm just saying. The world's not going to end tomorrow. Could end next month. Just kidding. But you know what I'm saying. And one other little thing, off topic, UFOs. This doggone freaking asteroid that's either 2.08% going to hit us, to 1.58% that it will, and 19% that it's going to. And now it's probably going to hit the moon. I mean, every time you turn around, this thing is going around, and they're checking things out, and it's weird. Yeah, pyramids. You got, Bo. They might have been built by men, humans, but they were being told how to do it, probably by extraterrestrials. I don't thought. That's true. That's very true. So yeah, but that was back in our history. They were trying to jumpstart the human race into a right direction. The infrared stuff and stuff that we found, I'd say 100,000 years old, maybe 50 to 100,000 years old. A lot of the technology that we've acquired to build our so-called super weapons, just saying. I mean, just saying. It baffles my mind to think of it. And I had a train of thought, but now I lost it. Go figure. Oh well. Weapons. Talking about weapons. We're already using an impulse laser rifle weapon. We've already seen the one demonstrated on a Navy destroyer. We're in Star Wars. We're starting to live in the Star Wars. We don't have ships flying around. We can drive our cars flying around, which, by the way, I want to know where my flying cars are, because back in my day, coming up to high school and stuff, they promised us flying cars. Now, technically, we, get some experimentals out there, but we don't have flying cars. And I was promised a flying car, and by golly, I want my flying car, just saying. But yeah, the technology, anti-grav technology that they probably used when they kind of stopped back by here for a little bit to help jumpstart civilization way early. The pyramids we're way off on timeline on pyramids. We're way off. 20,000 years earlier. Same. But that technology, came from up there. Anti-grav came from up there. They were showing the people then how to do this. and they used technology in order to do it. Now, what that technology was, I don't know. I wasn't there. But yeah, we've been helped along the way. And are we still being helped along the way? Publicly? No. Privately? Probably. But I still wonder why they would really want to be around us. Because, like I said, we're a warring nation. We are. We can't get our duckies in a row to make peace with, let bygones be bygones on the planet. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to hop a plane and fly to Russia and have borscht or whatever the heck they call it, stuff over there, if you wanted to, and not be worried about, getting kidnapped or whatever. Fly to China, have Chinese food. If we wanted to be able to do that, we should be able to do that. Now Americans go over there. Yeah, I know people travel, but they got warnings not to go nowhere. It's just not safe. If you live here in America, it's safer to actually, to be here, so to speak, considering, you have to keep your head on a swivel everywhere you go. But that's getting off topic. That's kind of keeping an eye on what's going on around us. Reason we prep, because there's so much weirdness going on. But anyways, that was kind of all I had. Just touch base on some of the technology and my thoughts of where these UFO stuff that we see in the sky. Government not knowing what it was a few years back or a year back, before the present administration got in, and the present administration got in and they had an answer for it. Whether we believe it or not, they had an answer for us right off the bat. Past administration, we don't know. Military, we don't know. Sure they do. Military knows everything that's going on in our airspace, hands down. So, all right then. Hey, look, I'm glad the two of you showed up. God bless y'all. I mean, like I said, I wish be nice to have 100 people out there, 200 people out there, and everybody get you chatting all the time. That's the fun of it. That's part of being, part of I guess, a channel. This channel just doesn't go there, but the few, the proud, the brave that keep coming back, you have my heart felt. You really do. It touches me a lot. You can never know. So I just want to thank you for being here tonight. Well, hey, we got 3. Wow. Maybe I'll hang around for a second. I don't know. Who knows? It's time to go crazy. I asked this once before, and this is really dumb. Anybody ever remember that? Remember that? I found that disc the other day. I know that's way, way, way off the topic, but I remember using that doggone thing. America Online, remember that? There's some. Oh, well. Anyways, what'd you miss? We'll talk about globalization. My opinion, that we should have never actually went globalized. We lost track real quick of manufacturing here in this country for the most part. Our steel, our cars, our clothes that we wear. This, Yellowstone, China, go figure. The jeans I'm wearing, they're, I guess, Wrangler jeans, made in China. Now, I have seen Wrangler jeans still, I guess, made in America. Levi's, I think, is still made in America, but look at all the beer. How much beer do we have that is named after still Budweisers and Coors and stuff, owned by corporations somewhere else? Still being made here, but not owned by here. There's a few of them out there that are still owned and produced here, just to talk about beer. But no, that's about all you missed. UFO technology, real quick. My view on UFO technology is that it's been around for like 100,000 years, just guessing. And we've found this technology, and we've been figuring some of this stuff out. We've also figured out that a lot of the stuff possibly used in ancient Egypt, I believe the pyramids are at least 20,000 years out there, back further than what they've said they were. Andy Grav with the buildings and rocks, who can lift 100-ton rock without some help? The people back then didn't have that smarts, to do that kind of technology, to do that. So they had to have help. So it did come from somewhere else. So that's kind of what I was touching about. It's not that you missed a whole lot. I'm glad that you're here. You touched my heart. It really does. You just guys don't understand how great it is to have you guys actually stop by, Oh yeah. I think if we just get back our manufacturing, bring it back in this country, we'd be so much better. It may cost a few bucks more. It lasts so much longer. It just does. And Americans are worth it. Talking of drones. And I was talking about drones and how the government, just before the present government, didn't have no idea what was going on. So they said. This government gets in, they tell you right away what it is, whether you believe it or not. The two drones that I've just kind of got in the last month or so, DJI, really good drones. They are pretty good drones. I've flown them. They're really good. China, you know. And of course, now if you went to buy the same drone I bought maybe a little over a month ago, it's $400 more now, if not more. So it's crazy. It's crazy. We should make these things here. You know, some people like to fly radio airplanes and stuff like that, radio control, RCs. I like to play these little drones. They're nice. You try to buy one actually here made in America, they really don't have consumer drones made in America. And they're still $1,500, $2,000, you know. I can't pay that kind of money for it. I don't know, most people can't. They just want a hobby just to fly around and stuff. But anyways, that's what you missed. You didn't miss much. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, government responsibility and inflation, big time out of control. And I have this much faith. You know, I voted for Trump. I believe in Trump. I believe his mindset is right. I believe in the Doge. It maybe how they're going about some of it is questionable in my own thoughts, but the end result is going to be okay. Government corruption is deep, and and it's hadn't even been a month, you know, just a month, I guess. And look how much money they found that's earmarked for all kinds of weird ass stuff. Just saying. Wait until 6 months from now. So, you know, I always pray every night to protect Trump, protect all these people, his family, you know, his wife and them, Elon Musk. Protect this guy. Yeah, he's a richest man on the planet. He can afford to be eccentric. You know, he can. Who cares? He don't care. He's not getting paid a red nickel. Now, he may get some money down the road with his space flight and stuff because he really wants to go to Mars, and he's probably hoping that the government helps, you know, supplement some money to it. I don't care. Hey, if I was young enough, I'd like to go to Mars too, just because it's there. You know. Oh yeah. Yeah, the 70s and 80s were great, man. If we could get back there, they would be good. We were better off. We didn't have the problems we have now. In my opinions, our opinions. 70s, 80s, we didn't worry about as much driving down the road and having a carjacking. You know, you just didn't. Even in my small town, you know, crap like that happens, which is hence the reason we're going to go nowhere not packing. You know, that's the same. Fully licensed, fully legal, but I don't leave home without one. So just like, what is it? What is it? American Express, don't leave home without, or something like that. But it's sad. It saddens me to see the saddest state of affairs that we're in. It could be a lot better. The last 4 years have just really went out the window, and hopefully this next 4 years we can get it a little back on track. You know, I believe the president now is kind of going a little hog wild, probably justifiable. He don't have to worry about running again, so he can do some crazy stuff. But my big thing is, why is the other side get so mad at Elon Musk trying to cut waste out of the government? Why don't they want that? That's my question. You know, they've been talking for years. Save money from the government, cut this and that, do what, blah, blah, all the way back, you know, Al Gore now. And they never did anything. Obama never did anything. He had an organization, something like those, but they didn't do anything. Wouldn't call that, obviously. But we get a guy in there now who's doing exactly what the president asked him to do. And the president's even been asking him to go a little further, you know, maybe a little tougher. You know, we can question his ways, but, you know, I think the end result, if they could cut what they want, $1 trillion out of the budget, you know, and save this kind of money, I think that'd be great. You know, some of this money they're talking about, the rebate check or whatever they're going to give us, a dividend check, you know, that'd be great. Everybody could use an extra $5,000. Me personally, I'd rather see that put down on, the deficit, because once we got that back down into where it should be, and God ever forbid we ever get a balanced budget, right? It'd be much better for everybody. Gasoline prices come down, that'd be great. Food prices come down, that'd be great. People I see, I went out, tried to buy some eggs, just use the word eggs because every eggs is a big, word. My store didn't have it. So luckily, I know somebody has chickens. And we get a dozen eggs, a week, something like that, which is great because she's got a bunch of little chickens. So I'm just saying, it's Looney Tunes. Of course, I realize there's all kinds of stuff out there on the chicken prospect, which worries me about it's eating actual chicken itself sometimes. But, it's the tariffs. Yeah, they will raise prices in the short run. Tariffs will definitely raise prices in the short run. But in the long run, they'll bring them all down because, and I get his philosophy. I don't know why he's really picking a fight with Canada. I guess Canada's been gouging us on tariffs for the last, I don't know how many years. I didn't know that. But I'm okay with that. You charge us 10%, we charge you 10%. You don't charge us, we don't charge you. You charge us 100%, we charge you 100%, and so on. Get the whole world on one even playing field, and everybody trade nice and equally, which we all know that's never going to happen. But if they could, the whole place would be better off. I mean, it would just be better off. Yeah, I know. Tariffs, they get me. We got to hope that this administration knows what they're doing, right? I mean, they're the only one we got, so we have to at least want them to do well. I wanted the last administration to do well. They just didn't. But, I wouldn't want any administration to get in there and mess around with my money and taxes and the whole 9 yards and not do well. I want them to do well. I want a strong military. They're the only thing that keeps us free, from all this other nonsense that's going on out there. We really, in my opinion, shouldn't be the world's policeman. I believe that we should kind of rein in a few troops here and there. We have to keep some in certain areas, obviously. But it'd just be better if we just did all this ourselves, built the things ourselves, had a decent trade deficit with everybody, and everybody just paid an equal amount. If you were, taxes. What I read today, or maybe, I guess it was this morning, maybe, that, and this will never happen either, but no taxes. Be no taxes, no federal taxes, because they would rely on tariffs. Now, they did that. Tariffs are not new. Tariffs have been around a long time. And they worked. They funded the government because the government at that time was against the Constitution to have taxes, to have an IRS. And now we've got them. And look where we are. Just saying. So if this group can do better, I'm for it. Selling Bitcoin? Possibly selling Bitcoin? Yeah. I'm kind of worried about, and I don't think it's going to be called that anymore, and even Trump's really, really into Bitcoin, but I think they're more into what used to be called a Fed coin, which is probably the same thing as Bitcoin, although this is strictly owned by the government, which is where they want us to go to full digital, which we're not that far away from that anyways. If you use a credit card or something like that, that's digital. That's digital money. You don't give anybody cash. For one, I like cash in my wallet. I just like it. I do use the cards too. But digital money, as we all know, it's the future, whether we like it or not. Hopefully it's maybe a little bit more down the road. I don't like the government having full exact control, although that's kind of a two-faced coin there, because they actually it's their money anyways. So they know what you're going to spend it. If they want to know what you spend it on, they know. They can go back and check. Digital coin will all be on some big grand master computer. And maybe they'll teed up something and said, anybody who buys a certain product does this or whatnot, let us know. That can happen. It can happen. I don't like them to have that kind of control over my finances, but, it's coming. Hopefully it's a way off. But I just think, keep on prepping, brother. It's the only one thing you can do. And hey, I got that, remember that buffalo nickel I was talking about? It's in fair condition. I can barely make out the date, and I can barely make out the mint. But the head, the Indian head, is pretty decent. And the buffalo on the backside is pretty decent. But to catch that in the wild, like you said, it was kind of unusual, and it is. I haven't seen one. I haven't gotten one, and I don't know. Somebody must have just had it in their pocket, took out some change and spent it, and somehow we got it. So I just think it's cool. My wife has a couple of really good ones that she's been saving for 30 years, and it's pretty cool. Those are really good. But this one doesn't really have. I really can't see it. Yeah, I know. Thanks. I thought it was after I asked, talk to you for a second there. I kind of even my wife, she goes, look what I got. And she showed it to me, and I go, that's a freaking Indian head nickel. I said, where did you get that? And she said, from the grocery store. And I said, dang. And of course, the first thing I'm looking for is a magnifying glass to look what you were telling me to look for. It's just, it's been worn. It's been used. I mean, I don't know, it's worth more than a nickel. But is it worth a lot? No. And would I sell it? No. I think it's just neat to have them. Like I said, my wife's got probably a handful of them that are in mint condition that she's had for, like I said, 30 some years or better. And yeah, it's just, they're just cool. You don't see them. Like she collected them. She got them from, I guess her dad had them, and it's just so. So it was cool. But yeah, it was interesting to get that, man. It was interesting. Yeah, junk silver bullion. We have I don't know if you gold coins. We've been buying gold coins. We have some I guess 1800s gold coins, maybe a little, probably around 1800s, a little bit more. Pure gold coins, I guess they were back then. $50 gold pieces and stuff. And, enough of them. And of course, I wouldn't sell them, I guess, anytime real soon. But bullion, no, I don't have bullion. I thought about bullion. What's it, $3,000 an ounce now or something? It'll probably go to 4,000 an ounce, just guessing. And people think major depression and stuff happening now just because it's hitting 3,000 an ounce. I don't think so. I think it'll go maybe that one step further before we actually fall into a major depression or something like that, economic full collapse. Now, we're already seeing a major little bit collapse as it is anyways, but to see a full collapse, I think the gold's going to have to go up a little higher. Dollar's going to have to get devalued a little bit more. And, once that happens, though, this kind of stuff will be gone. The jingly stuff will be worth its weight, obviously, in gold. So, yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. You're my true believers. It's kind of like saying I've been nice to look out here and seen 100 people. I like to see 50 people. It'd be great in chat. That'd be great. But I know the guys, and I know you who come by, and you always come by. And day or two after I put up one, you at least come by and you look at it for a few minutes. And I know I don't interest a lot of stuff in a lot of people for different things. I have a weird sense, I guess. But some stuff I kind of maybe bet 100 on. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of wish we had more. It'd be interesting. But like I said, I appreciate you guys. You really don't know. I mean, you really don't know. It makes me feel real good. Keeps me going, even though it's under 10, maybe even 20 people that actually come by and actually see it at any given time. But it's usually the 5, maybe 6, who come by all the time. Not necessarily as soon as I put it out, but you always come by, and I appreciate it. Thumbs ups. Those things really would help a normal channel, I guess, be seen more. I think a long time ago when I first started this channel, I was really, really political. I mean, very, very political. And I have a funny feeling that they shadow banned way back when, and they've never unshadow banned me to a certain degree, because I mean, I get 1 or 2, I lose 1 or 2, but I'm only getting like 1 or 2, staying under 200 people, staying under 176, 75 people, 71 people. And that's where I stayed. I've been that way for, I don't know, good 3-4 years. So it's all good, though. It's all good because I enjoy talking to you. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys, like I said, you make my whole day. So, all right, then. Hey, look, I don't want to keep you. I know you probably got time. You probably got all kinds of stuff to do. I've been on here a little longer. I was going to be on here. So really, until next time, be safe. Yeah. Prep is what you can afford. Never stop. Always being alert what's going on around you. You have to. These days, like I said, if you don't believe in these, you should have one anyways. It just is. So, yeah, I agree. He's in charge. But he allows things to happen. He allows free will for now, and things are going downhill in the handbasket. So, all right then. Hey, look, there's nothing but love for you guys. I truly mean it. Until next time, I love you guys. I really do. We'll talk to you later.